Child, it's been a day in DeSoto for absolutely no reason at all. But in true K. Brown Patrick fashion, I'm here to make it clear and bring it full circle for you all. So yesterday, the city of DeSoto posted that residents were invited to come and participate in a public hearing for a tax increase, right? That was the language in there. And so naturally, if you are a resident, not a subject matter expert, you're going to see public hearing on tax increase and immediately think your taxes are being raised, right? So people started sharing the post and it started going around and people were saying, DeSoto is raising their taxes. DeSoto is raising their taxes. Some people were posting to go as far as to say, are my taxes being raised because you guys just purchased a golf course for $2.7 million and all those type of things. So I guess the city got wind of the conversation and not just the city, but also council members and leadership and decided to respond to what was being shared. Now keep in mind, what was being shared was the city's actual post where they said public hearing on tax increases, right? So let's start with the city first. So the city posts a response and the first line is, let's clear up the confusion. Well, first of all, you created the confusion. It was your post that everyone was sharing, which you saying there's a public hearing on tax increase. So for you to start off as if, let's clear up the confusion, like, oh my God, here they go again, guys. They're confused all over again. Like, these people in the city just don't ever get anything that we say. Let's go in here and clarify once again. Let's clear the confusion. And then it says, residents had questions, so let's clarify. Literally the words that they said. So let's clarify. So no, how about we apologize? We could have effectively communicated the information about the tax increases, or we could have, communicated the tax increase information more effectively. We apologize. Here are the facts, right? But no. And I just told someone yesterday, the lack of humility is going to be the demise of DeSoto, period. No one wants to stand or own anything when it's a mistake, right? They just want to, they stand 10 toes down in it. But like, yeah, we did it. We said it. And what? And so that's what their post was, right? And then they broke down what the differences were. And I'll include that at the end of the video. But where was we apologize for the information? But instead they're like blaming the resident for sharing what they posted. Then let's go further than that. The mayor post, it was shared to the screen. It was screenshot and shared with me, but it said the first line was, I've been made aware that there's some misinformation circulating. Yeah, the miscommunication of information from the city is what's circulating. But to gaslight the residents as if they've created this information and now they're circulating this false information about taxes being increased. Like, what? And then you have a council member going back and forth, arguing with residents, like on a public platform about their understanding of what the post was, instead of just educating them. And then apologizing and saying the city miscommunicated the information. All of this could have been avoided, but instead it has reached that DeSoto is increasing taxes, right? And this isn't new information. You have council members up there that have served for 5. The mayor has been in some form of capacity on DeSoto Council Vegas for 10 years. This language is not new. So every single year that this information, that this wording comes out, it always causes this exact thing, right? So instead of being, proactive about it and saying, when you post that about the public hearing and tax increases, please make sure they're aware that the taxes aren't going out. It just went out the way that it was. They even created a little flyer that said public hearing for tax increases. And then when the residents thought the taxes were going up, they were like, wrong, you're lying, not true, misinformation circulating, stop spreading rumors. Like, what? And so let me be clear. Let me bring it full circle as I said I was going to. DeSoto's taxes are not increasing. DeSoto is currently at 68% and is going to stay at 68%. It hasn't increased in like 13 years or 12, 13 years. There were some people asking You know, is it the highest in Dallas County? It's not the highest in Dallas County. It is the highest in the region. I believe Cedar Hill is, they're lowering their tax rate this cycle. And I believe Lancaster and Duncanville is at like 60 cents and 61 cents. And DeSoto is at 68 cents. But the tax rate is not increasing. The reason why that language is used around tax increases is that the estimation and valuations for the home values are estimated to be higher. So that way, therefore, there's going to be an increase in tax revenue for the city. And so that's the increase, as well as your tax bill may increase based on your values going up, because it doesn't matter what your tax rate is. If your valuation for your home increase, your tax bill overall is going to increase no matter what the tax rate is. So those are the two increases that this kind of references, and it's not your tax rate. They could have explained all that in the original post and provided a caveat, and all of this could have been avoided, period. But instead, everyone chose to gaslight the residents as if we were ones causing the confusion and circulating the misinformation. Does it sound familiar? An entity provides the misinformation and then create that's fake news when the residents shares their misinformation. It could have been avoided, period. But that's the truth of the matter, and DeSoto is not raising the property taxes. Tell your neighbor.
But I don't just talk, I do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Baby's gon' hate, I know it. But I don't just talk, I do it. I can just hear the word, I do it. This right here.